Ashley. I was born and raised in Red Deer. I'm also a member of Moms Stop the Harm, as well as a board member on the Turning Point Board of Directors. And I've also lost my younger sister and only sibling to fentanyl last year. I guess I just want to get some of the facts straight first, just address Robert, if he's still here. Red Deer actually doesn't have a needle exchange. I'm not sure if you guys don't know that. The positives I see of the safe consumption site are needle debris and distribution have actually gone down significantly. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. ER wait times have gone down significantly, as well as ambulance calls have gone down significantly. And it saves lives. That's what it's meant to do. I want to touch on what Dr. Mulholland said, because it's not entirely comparing apples to apples. Red Deer doesn't have a safe consumption site. They have a temporary overdose prevention site. For many of you that don't know, that's an ADCO trailer with a few booths. They can't provide the services that they like to for people that are using substances. They just make sure that they come out alive. Having a safe consumption site would help connect people with resources such as mental health, different treatment options, housing, etc. I also want to let you know, I live in Grimby. We're trying to get back to the Red Deer area, but crime is everywhere. I think I live in a pretty great neighborhood, and we have a meth house down the street. We have people getting shot. There's needles in our park, and we don't have a safe consumption site within 80 kilometers. All these problems are not problems of a safe consumption site. They're problems because of homelessness, mental illness, addiction. For me, solutions would be open up a safe consumption site, give people the wraparound services that they need. The government has really dropped the ball on treatment centers and facilities. The waits can be up to 3 to 4 months. Detox are often full. Just remember that the drugs came before the safe consumption sites. It wasn't the other way around. Thank you.
The opportunity to speak here today. I'm a small business owner along with my wife here in Red Deer. Our business is called Fetch House. It is a pet grooming and retail store. We were housed a block from the injection center. We had to move our store. Our customers were leaving. Our revenue dropped 18% in 2 months. It was either move or die. Now you might think that one business is okay to let go. There are multiple businesses. This downtown is dying. It will die if we do not do something. Now I agree with the last speaker. There is a lot more to this than just homeless people. There's a lot more. There are people out there who have not been given the services. But downtown Red Deer is not the place. You will kill this city if you continue to do it. There are people in our parking lot when we were downtown who were threatened, who were grabbed. My granddaughter wouldn't come back. Our employees wouldn't get out of their car. So there has to be a tone down of the rhetoric. There has to be cooler heads prevail, and we have to come up with a solution, or we will be like Seattle, where they've made the movie. A city is dying, because this city is dying. So let's get this thing under control. Let's get the services. It is not downtown. It is not enablement. It is helping people get back on their feet, giving them jobs, giving them retraining, helping the mental issues that need to be helped, and getting on with growing this province, not killing it. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Leon Oosterhoff. I've lived in Red Deer all my life, and I'm upset and disgusted with what's happening in this, what used to be a beautiful city. I'm a business owner as well as a property owner, and I have commercial office space located about a block away from Red Deer's safe injection site. First of all, I want to thank the Conservative government for initiating this committee, and for the committee members. I understand from what I hear you guys are spending 12 to 14 hours a day making rounds across the province, getting information, being eyes and ears, instead of just throwing money at a problem like our previous government did and our national government does. So I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Thanks for your time. Again, thanks to the members of the committee. So I have a friend named Joe. Joe has a sister named Sue, and Sue's addicted to drugs. Joe knows who Sue's drug dealer is that keeps selling drugs to her and is contributing to the ruin of her life. Joe and his buddies would like to abduct Sue's drug dealer, which we all know is illegal, and bring him to a safe assault site where Joe and his buddies can beat the crap out of the drug dealer while being supervised so they go just to the edge without killing the drug dealer. Thank goodness we have such a site where these illegal activities can take place. This is obviously a fictional story, but I'm not going to apologize for how ridiculous it sounds, because it's no different than what we have now, a safe injection site. But let's call it what it really is, a site for drug addicts to carry out an illegal activity with drugs that they have obtained illegally. The site does not provide the drugs, so where do you think most of these people are getting their money for the drugs? By stealing cars, breaking into homes and businesses, selling illegal drugs themselves, prostitution, and so on. So why are we supporting these people that contribute nothing to society while punishing the people and citizens of Red Deer who have jobs, pay a lot of taxes, and have to stand by hopelessly looking while our communities rot? Where is my handout for broken windows, insurance deductibles, and replacing things that have been stolen? It's time for us to take our communities back. Instead of enabling these criminals, the resources that are being wasted on safe injection sites, if you want to call it that, should be redirected to rehab. That's the answer. And help these addicts get on the right track and be productive citizens. They're people too, but they need to be helped, not enabled.
Thank you for the opportunity. I've lived here for about 12 years, 13 years. Well, I have to come back. And in the last 3 or 4 years that we've been back, this place has really gone to hell. Excuse me for putting it that way. And a lot of it is because of the pharmaceuticals, poor judgment on developing something like this, which is ridiculous. Big cities have injection sites all over the streets. It's the problem of our young people being devoured by druggies, providers of drugs, as well as pushers. These people have to be held accountable, thank you. And until this is done, and what you people are doing right now is just the tip of the iceberg. We have to save our ladies, our women, the children, everything. And by doing that, I say personally, it should be an execution site, not a drug rehabilitation site or whatever. Because then you get rid of the problem, you don't have it. And everything flourishes thereafter. Thank you very much. Sorry if I
That's
didn't really
a
speak.
big name.
All right, so
Watch your stuff.
I just want to introduce myself. So my name is Bailey. I'm a young girl who is 18 and has just graduated from high school. I've grown up from a mom who was a drug addict who was addicted to coke for 5 years when I was a little girl. She was someone who valued drugs more than anything else rather than raising me. I have a father who works at Safe Harbor, and the problem is with Safe Harbor is having anyone welcome off the streets than having the trailer of the safe injection site in the same area. That the clients that are there have the option to sit right outside of the injection site and shoot up, and the people who are supposed to be there to get help are in an area who have easy access of the drugs given to them, but have the temptation of being surrounded by drug addicts. The city has turned into such a garbage place where there are areas being destroyed out of the disrespect of these people. We have tried to give them places to stay and get help. They just take advantage of the help they have gotten, and the safe injection site has just caused so much trauma to our city. It has scared our people, and Red Deer has become so unsafe everywhere, and it seems to be there is no safe place anymore. As a young person, I believe we need a change, and I don't want to have to live like this and have a fear of raising a family and scared to go through this in my future. And it breaks my heart to just know that we have tried and tried as people to give them places to stay and to feed them and to do this, and that they just have, I don't know, the idea that it's okay to just go out and throw garbage and shoot up and throw needles into areas that it's unsafe for kids in high school to go out into areas and play games out in the forest because our teachers are scared that we're going to step on something, that we're going to run into something, and a child will not know how to deal with it. And I don't know. I just don't want to grow up to become a mother and just be scared to have to continue to live in such an unsafe area that we were the 5th unsafe area, and we have been brought up all the way to the 2nd unsafe city in Alberta, and it's heartbreaking, and I think that we just need a huge change, and that this is it's caused so much trauma to all our people, and it brings so much fear and tears to people and moms and families that are raising their children that are scared to just let them go out and enjoy life when we have to deal with something like this. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jason Ives. I run the Community Crime Watch Board. I've seen everybody from Turning Point to everybody here that has been friends and family, and just the hate for each other is just built to this point where nobody controls it. I don't know where I'm going with this, but that's what I've observed, and I don't hate any of you guys. I hear all of you guys, and I see everything, and we have to come together. We've broken up and come so far apart from where we were 5 years ago. I'm born and raised here, and this was a beautiful city. It's still a beautiful city, but we're not together. We've got resources. Michener Center sits there for the last 10 years, where we could have moved everything there. I've made the suggestion where all of us are trained to tear it out, clean it out, and rebuild it together as a community. Oh, what's that place called? Habitat for Humanity. Same thing, we could do it for them. We don't have to spend a lot. We can come together as a community and make it a community thing. Everybody just turns a blind eye, and we can't do that anymore. Yes, you guys are saving lives, and it's awesome. Like, every life is special, not just ours. And we're not down there, and we're not the ones dying, we're not the ones that are affected by it, but we are the ones that are hurt, because the ones that are affected are feeding that through hurting us with the crime and everything else. So I see it on a daily basis. I see your complaints. I see how everybody just is mad to the point where we're here and we don't know what to do. We need to be together. That's all I gotta say.
Hello, good evening everybody, and thank you for everybody's services in this room. I met with you yesterday. I've been here since 1979 to see this city is gut-wrenching the way it is. I spoke with my daughters last night. One is a microbiologist in Edmonton, another is a financial advisor. I went to them to ask what they would love to see happen in this city. Education. We need to protect our kids and our young families. I grew up here, graduated here. Once I seen one advertisement and was talked to about drugs. My brain on drugs, an egg in a frying pan. Let's start educating these kids and protecting these kids and education. It comes from the stem of the family circle. I was thrift-stricken, autoimmune disease, lost family members, mental illness myself and how I